Yeah, but I don't get you sometimes.
Super fast tortoise in the show, drinking coffee, wishing you all well, because life is swell. Super fast tortoise. Start the morning with coffee in your cup. Time to hang out with friends and chat it up. Bring a smile and good luck. Hit that like button and let's chat it up. Good times start with us, you and me.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, welcome to the morning coffee show. Let's talk from in the shell and share good vibes and good times. Friends and trends offend the senses. Let's get a bit senseless. Welcome to the morning coffee show, where we bring good vibes and good times. Welcome to the morning coffee show with Super Fast Tortoise. Welcome to the morning coffee show, where we have the flow.
Hey everybody, let's go. Let's go. We got the show with the flow. Everybody, yeah. Something. I messed up. Yeah. Hey everybody, welcome to the morning show, the morning coffee show, the In the Shell show. We got a full roster of people. We got the one Rayman, Hillbilly, Mugenfool, and Lone Wolf.
Ooh.
Lone Wolf.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys are all excited to be here on this Can We Get Along Chat and Chill Day. Can we get along? I don't know. We're like a bunch of kids fighting over a toy at this point. But it is Christmas season, so time for cheer.
Yeah.
Hope you got your favorite coffee, favorite libation, something to wake you up in the morning. So good. How are you guys doing this morning?
Doing good.
Fantastic. Glad to be here.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So I think it's about time we have a conversation with Lone Wolf. He needs a shave. His beard's getting too long.
Nope, I got to keep up the appearance.
I mean, you're looking like a werewolf.
If I decided to shave, I'd look like one of them mole rats. I don't think so.
I think the werewolf look is a feature, not a bug.
Gotta collect all the images. You know, strange thing last night, Hillbilly went walking through the forest. I don't know why he went through the forest. He was walking through the forest. Someone snapped a photograph. And now they're selling for $15 a piece. They're saying, I found Bigfoot.
Yeah, they sure did.
Hey,
Black, I can't go nowhere.
That's right. That's right. Man, what a wonderful morning. How you guys doing in chat land out there? Say hello in chat. I see you there. We like chatting with you today. Today is a chat until day, so we're going to chat about whatever. Like, one of the things that came up is they spoiled Marvel cards last night. Holy cow. Marvel cards. Cards that are coming out in June next year.
Oh boy, that's always fun.
And boy,
Right?
do I have some thoughts.
Oh, I'm pretty sure you have some thoughts. I mean, the talk right now is this incredible Hulk combo that's infinite combats.
Yeah, the Hulk with Caltrops just goes infinite. If it can connect, you're done.
Yeah, my Discord blew up because they were talking about how Kyle Troff went from like a 50-cent card or a $4 card to like $55 card overnight.
I don't know if it's been reprinted since 7th edition.
I don't even know. I don't even know.
I know there was a 7th edition printing because it was white border and I had one, but I don't know if it's been printed since.
Mm-hmm.
So we were talking about this before we got on here, that some of these older cards that haven't been printed in 20 years that are going to be really good in Commander kind of need to just get stuck in the reprint cycle.
Yep. You know, Scooby-Doo's on this one, and he can smell a secret lair coming up with Caltroff.
Oh.
Yeah, I can imagine it. Like, Wizard of the Coast noticed there's value in the card. They're like, we can make a secret lair. Put a Marvel character on it. I mean, they got time to do it. Who knows how long it takes them to design some of those cards? I mean, the art's so bad on some of them. You know,
I was about to say, based on the Monster Hunter one about a weekend.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, Monster Hunters was real. It was not a good secret lair at all.
I mean,
Right.
it should have had some more equipment. It should have had some other stuff too with
Mhm.
it.
There should have been a lot more. Like, I mean, kind of like Spider-Man set. You know, they rushed the set. Like Spider-Man
Yeah.
has good cards in it, right?
Yeah.
I like Spider-Man. I like the set, but would I draft it? Hell no. There's not enough support in that draft format unless you're playing Mayhem, and there's barely support for that.
Well, you know that's because the Spider-Man set was supposed to be a small set like Assassin's Creed, and Marvel saw and they were like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! We can't have our set do what Assassin's Creed did, so we've got to do better." And it still was. I mean, I like the set personally. I think there's some really fun cards in there. I love Mr. Negative. He is in a deck that I have. I love Imposter Syndrome. It's in some decks. There's cool cards in there, but
I mean,
it
the
didn't need to
Electro.
be a full. Oh, Electro, yeah, Electro.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's one thing. That's one thing I do see about these bad sets is because every bad set does have some good cards. I mean, the set might be a bad set. There's always a good card.
Mhm. Yeah, well, Spider-Man, like I said, has good cards in it.
It does.
They just like I heard the story that they created cards to fill out the set to make it a small enough or big enough set to sell.
Yeah, to make it a full size set and not just a micro set like Assassin's Creed. And then what was the one that was really bad that only had one good card in it? This is the Animist.
Mm-hmm.
It was one of the Phyrexian ones. Like it was called Aftermath or something.
Oh yeah, the Aftermath. Yeah.
Had one good card in it.
Mm-hmm.
Nissa.
Yeah.
No other cards out of that set.
There's another good card there. Calyx was pretty good in that set. They made some good cards in that set, but when it comes to value-wise as money, Nissa's like the top of that set. But like Spider-Man, like I said, like they designed that set so bad because like they made archetypes in Spider-Man, right? They made archetypes. And the set doesn't fulfill on those archetypes. They may modify the thing, and they didn't put any modifications in the set. I'm like, what? I mean, there's a couple modifications, but not enough to draft.
Oh.
I mean, that's crazy.
I would say archetypes are more of a Yu-Gi-Oh thing than a Magic the Gathering thing.
Bad Manners, what's up?
Well,
So
Bad Manners. Bad Manners loves to play video games. He loves to play video games. Listens to real music on his channel. Love him. Like he like I watch Bad Manners as one of the people I watch the most. Like on YouTube's end of the year recap. He came up as one of my third most watched channel on YouTube.
oh, nice.
Yeah,
That is awesome.
mm-hmm. Hillbilly was the first. That's because I wake up to him.
Wake up to his with hillbilly in your cup.
That's right. The best part of waking up is drinking coffee. Watch Hillbilly. Well, it's funny because like what happens is I wake up in the morning, turn on my computer. Hillbilly's usually live when I wake up, so I just turn him on and just listen to him as background music or background sound as I'm working on the show.
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. And I try to keep up with chat every once in a while because I always say hello, everyone, and I always come in to see if anybody said hello to me.
Mm-hmm.
But all right, my friends. We got to get to this part of the day, this time of the day where am I? Right here.
Card of the day. Combo breaker.
Ooh, TCGdude wanted me to show this card off. You shared it with card of the day in Discord. Like if you're part of Discord, want to share a card of the day, question of the day, whatever, it's there. You can participate in the show. That's the beauty thing about the show is you can participate the way you want to. Yeah. Adrix and Nev Twin Casters is a commander from Strixhaven, the block, but this came from a deck. It costs 2 generic, a green and a blue, and has word 2, and it says if one or more tokens would be created under your control, twice that many of those tokens are created instead.
Nice.
It's really cool to see this outside of white because this is token doublers are almost exclusively a white thing. Green has a little bit in it and things like doubling season, but this is really cool to see outside of white.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah, well, you're right. You're right. And this came in a Strixhaven commander deck, like I was saying. And I'd run this in my Bant deck. It runs white and a lot of token doublers.
Oh yeah, they're playing Bant tokens. This thing is just auto include.
Right. I just don't have a copy. Bad Matter says nothing like waking up to smooth Dag Blaggett.
Dag Blaggett.
Dag Blaggett's like adding the whiskey to your coffee. Spiking the coffee. But Adrix and Ev is fun. I used to play a guy who played this deck a lot when he had the Strixhaven commander deck. He got the commander deck just because his card was in it. Tried building tokens, and it was pretty crazy. You know, it gets pretty nuts when you make a token that's power and toughness is the size of your library, and you get like 4 of them on the battlefield.
Ooh.
Pretty great.
Yeah, that seems pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good in general. But you know, run this in your tokens deck just in general if it's banned. But now let's get to the picture of the day. The picture of the day is just a random image of a TMT prompt by AI breaking the internet.
Breaking the internet, yeah.
Today
Leo versus Zombie Foot Clan?
I don't know. Like the prompt was a futuristic mechanical tech world with brain-like zombies, brain-like monsters attacking a TMNT Leonardo with a piece on its sword. And that's,
Yeah, I just love the pizza on the sword. It's pretty hilarious.
Wow.
Beat them. Beat the zombies. Still.
and today it gave me the ability to use a pro model, and this is what it gave me. Like if I didn't get the ability to use the pro model, this turtle would look a lot horrible. 3 fingers and everything. Oh no! AI and sub. That's right. Oh, that's funny. TCGdude, what's up, TCGdude?
What's up?
You just missed the card of the day where you were featured as the person who shared it on Discord.
Your card of the day was awesome, by the way.
Yeah, it was.
Like that.
Yeah, it was good.
Right. But anyways, enough with all the fun stuff here. Let's get more serious and let's get to the question of the day. The question of the day is brought to you by yours truly. Let's see what I asked. Hello, everybody. This is Super Fast Tortoise with the question of the day. The question of the day is if you could design a hero character, what would that character be like? Let's go. Look, it could be a magic card, it could be a comic book character, it could be whatever, and there's no bounds on it. But if you could design a hero, what would it be like? Yeah,
That's
Tough question to ask.
Yeah, that's a good question.
My answer is very lame, but it's truthful. I would just make Dr. Doom who didn't talk in the third person.
Dr. Doom was the top of a good person. Nice. Yeah, he creates kitten tokens, 1/1 kitten tokens that have whenever they attack to deal 1 damage to your opponent.
Oh goodness, that just reminds me of Dr. Claw from Inspector Gadget.
I mean, look, Doom is a hero. Okay, Stan Lee himself said that trying to take over the world is not inherently evil because he will bring peace to it.
Mm-hmm.
And in the comics, every time he's ever done it, peace has been achieved until the meddling villains, who everybody likes to think is heroes, get in the way and screw everything up.
That's right. That's right. Because it ain't freedom.
Reminds me of that one time Iron Man went evil and created apps that everyone got addicted to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That actually happened. Superior Iron Man.
That's right. Because Iron Man tried taking over the world by protecting it with robots.
Yep.
Not legitimately taking over the world as to control it, but to control crime and all that jazz.
Yeah.
What about Hillbilly? What's your answer?
Oh, I don't know how to answer it.
What? You don't know how
Yeah,
to,
that's right.
you don't have an imaginary hero?
No, not right off the top of my head, because every hero has been made pretty much that I can think of. But
That's a good point, Hillbilly. It'd be hard to come up with a truly original character these days.
exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I'd probably make something like maybe a hillbilly throwing junk at people, and when it throws a junk and it attacks those opponent has to sack a creature. If they don't, they take damage to their face.
Ooh, that'd be interesting.
That'd be interesting. Make like a 3-mana 10/10 that when it attacks, your opponent must sacrifice a creature, and if they do, they don't take damage.
Right.
You know, but if they can't, they take 10 damage. That's a pretty interesting thing.
Not counting, and that's not battle damage. Just automatic damage to their face.
Yeah.
That's a must kill card on side and standard.
I feel like I would bring my skill on about any format. It'd be a real problem. But I dig it.
You got any answer, Lone Wolf?
Oh, I'm trying to think. You were talking, trying to make a hero into a card, or what exactly is the question? Because
the question is, if you can design a hero, like your own version of a hero, it could be a magic card, or it could be a comic book character, it could be whatever. But if you could design a hero yourself, like, what would it be?
I couldn't do heroes. I'd have to have a villain.
But most villains are only considered villains because their heroic choices affect others.
They're the heroes of their own story.
See, I got two different ones. One would be Harley Quinn from the Batman series. I don't know why. She's always been a cool villain that I've always... she intrigues me with what she does in the series. But the other one I actually probably would favor a little bit more is off of an anime, and it's called My Hero Academia. And her name's Hamika Toga, and she'd like to have, I consider her like a vampire, like in Magic, how they have blood tokens and everything like that.
Right.
I would have probably a Magic card of her, because she does like the whole the blood tokens and life loss and all of that stuff. I think it'd be kind of cool to make.
Yeah, and the thing with that is you'd have to give her certain powers that for like different cards you absorb. Like if they have flying, you absorb a flying card. She got flying and stuff.
That's pretty cool.
How she works in the anime. She can gain other characters' powers and looks by absorbing their blood.
Make her a clone.
But what about you, Mugenfool?
Kind of.
Have you thought about that? If you could design a hero?
Yeah, I'd probably make a card out of red from the Pokemon games.
Oh, nice. Well, apparently I'm the one who put the most thought into this. And I had this character designed when I was a teenager, and I was drawing comic book characters like a pro compared to nowadays where I'm not so pro. But there's this character I designed named Cast of Shadow, and he was like a mix between Iron Man and Spider-Man. And what it was, his father was creating a liquid binary data computer thing that you could wear, like it was like a liquid metal thing that you could wear, like a liquid technology you could wear. And what he was doing is, in where they lived was underwater in a society that was built for scientists, and they had to ration their resources. And one of the things they had to ration was water, because they had to turn their salt water under the ocean into drinking water. So he wanted to create this suit that could transform to different outfits and take on different shapes and different materials. But anyways, in this origin, he went to show it off to the committee, this suit. And when he went home, it was a prototype, and it started raining because they have a ecosystem built inside, so it works like real life under the sea type thing in a dome. And it started raining a suit, and so he started rushing home. And on his way home, he actually smacks his hand on a light pole, and cuts his skin open, and the suit gets into him. And starts burning, and he starts burning uncontrollably. So when he gets home, he gets these chemicals, right? And these chemicals get into his body and starts making this suit more like to bond with his DNA. It makes like a Venom symbiote suit, but instead of being Venom like an alien, it's mechanical. And he learns to be like Chameleon in Spider-Man, but instead of being able to, instead of staying the same shape and same size, he can transform his size and whatnot because he's a suit now. Well, anyways, his son, who's the hero I want to talk about, confronts his dad at this time, and they get in a fight, an argument, because the mechanical stuff is affecting his brain, and it gives his dad extra strength, breaks his son's back. Like by sticking him in a pillar. Yeah, that happens. Well, the son goes to the hospital, and after that, gets rushed to the hospital and gets healed up over time. Goes home and starts making a suit to help him have the ability to walk. And as he's building a suit, because in this society, people are intelligent, and he's like Iron Man intelligent. But like instead of getting flying thrusters, he gets like anti-gravity boosters that let him jump higher. He makes a suit that gives him extra strength. He has a little blade wheel that works like Captain America's shield, and he doesn't learn to fly, but he makes these little mechanical tendril things that swoop out like Spider-Man's webs and gets to swing across the city. And his name was Casted Shadow in my brain. I thought that was a cool name, but now it's kind of dorky. But still, that would be the hero I create.
Sounds like a great comic book.
Yeah. Then there's more to the story.
I love it.
But yeah, that was one of my stories as a kid that I used to reenact, because I would play these characters in my brain and go crazy. And I used to get a lot of exercise swinging my fist in the air at nothing. You know.
But that does sound like a great comic book.
There you go. I appreciate the compliment. But yeah, that would be the hero, Casted Shadow. But anyways, yeah, good answers, good questions. I know my brain. I didn't even realize how ready I was for the question of the day until I put myself in the spot. So hey. But anyways, so let's get into this. How is your day? How are you doing? Do you guys got any plans for lunch today?
I ain't getting no plans yet.
No.
I'm going to go pick up a set of headphones, and then I'm going to my LGS to play some Commander.
Cool.
Play some Commander, and you're going to play some Commander tonight, right?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Because tonight we got a game, and it looks like so far it's me, you, possibly HILLBILLY, and Tibalt.
Oh, then I'm 100% there. I want to see a Tibalt deck in action. What bracket are we playing?
3.
Okay.
The average game we have is a 3, and it's going to be nuts. It's going to be insane. Tibalt reached out to me because I always send him a link in the morning, but like, I'm tempting you to join the show, and he's like, I can't make it today. But he's like, are you playing a game tonight? I'm like, well, after we discussed last night, that sounds like we're playing a game. It's like, what bracket? I'm like, 3. He's like, sweet. So yeah,
Same time,
same bad channel.
Yep.
sweet. Yeah. I'll be here.
That's pretty cool. But anyways, we were talking about the Hulk and the Infinite combo with him.
Mm-hmm.
And the Incredible Hulk seems really busted. Well, I was reading the card. He's kind of hard to pull off. Like, I don't know why the card that he combos him off is so expensive because you have to have a lot of mana to get the Hulk transformed. Now, I can see how you can transform him turn 4, turn 5, but you got to have both pieces out to do it. How? What? Why? Why $55?
Really?
I mean, I know that you're asking that question in a serious sense, but realistically, everybody here who plays Magic knows that prices of Magic cards are completely detached from reality.
That's right.
So it's $55 because somebody found a combo and said, ooh, and probably went and bought the 100 copies that were less than $1 and then reposted them for 5,500% and trying to make money off of it.
Oh, yeah, like TCGdude was talking on the Discords because he sells on TCG players. Like, hey, I just sold one for $4. I lost out on $45, basically. I'm like, that's crazy.
Dang.
You know, so it's crazy to think how cards can change overnight. But at the same time, like, you still got to wait till June, people.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
lot that can happen between now and then. Like,
Right?
that's 6 months from now. We have new Magic stuff coming out, what seems like every other week.
All right.
So
Really?
much change. There could be Caltrops Plus that gets
Right.
printed into some random thing that's very easy to get a hold of, and the cost of actual Caltrops goes back to where it was, and all these people who are trying to spend $50 on Caltrops is absurd.
Mm-hmm.
What one card would you love to see reprinted right now that hasn't been reprinted yet, or hasn't been reprinted much?
Oh, ooh,
I know James Willis would say the reserve list.
yeah. That was my answer. I'm like, I'm gonna go out on a limb and make a hot take and say stuff from the reserved list. You know, I've a full playset of all the dual lands in very good condition that I bought for between $25 and $40 a piece 20 years ago. I could genuinely, truly, honestly not care if the price dropped back to what it was that I paid for it. But I don't treat Magic like an investment. I treat Magic like a hobby that I want to play and have fun with.
Right? Right?
I don't treat it like a money. It's not my retirement fund.
Yeah.
My answer to that is I would love to see Sensei's Divining Top reprint.
It's been reprinted several times, but yes.
Yeah,
That's still a high dollar card.
Well, it's high dollar because people keep buying it up.
Very true.
It's such a good card. Like you saw Rayman abuse the hell out of that card last night.
No,
Yeah,
look,
you do.
I have to make an admission, and I haven't told you guys this yet. I have to make an admission. Yesterday, we were talking about the top, and somebody in chat was talking about how, in 2025, it's not really all that good. So when we sit down and you guys are playing bracket 4, and I'm like, okay, I need to play something that I have that could maybe possibly have a shot at winning. I'm like, okay, this artifact deck can do it. If I can protect my combo, I will win this game. And I was so happy because I'm like, man, Sensei's Dividing Top in 2025 is still cracked. That card is still good.
I said Sensei's Divining Top is not as powerful as it used to be, but because what you care about is the card people are casting, not what they're looking at. You know, that's what you care. Because like Hillbilly, if his deck performed better last night, could have milled your top cards.
Yep.
You know,
that is true.
You know,
that is true.
You could have responded by drawing your top card and ended up losing your top to the mill strategy. You know, but as we know, sometimes our decks will perform amazingly, and sometimes our decks will perform brutally bad.
Yep.
You know,
Mine was not performing. Mine was performing okay last night, but wasn't to its full potential.
Right. Sometimes you just get those games where your deck just follows the pattern and it just rocks.
Yep. What about you, Lone Wolf? What your answer to my question?
Oh, a card that I would like to be reprinted. That's a tough one. I'd probably say either Grim Monolith or Mana Vault. I know those are like, I'm pretty sure they're on the reserved or close to being on the reserved list. But after messing around with those, I would love to see those get reprinted.
Yeah, I got an answer for you. It's a different take on your answer. Instead of seeing something reprinted, right? But I'd like to see fetch lands, like the original fetch lands reprinted. They can fetch only for basics, but the basics come into play untapped.
Nice.
So kind of similar to the original Mirage fetches. You got to remember those, because those could only get the basic land type. Like you couldn't go get a shock land because it said a basic island or a basic swamp.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I'd be way on board with fetches that just went and got basics. Totally cool.
Yeah, basics are pretty good. Like I'm talking about not like because like the ones from Mirage, those lines enter tapped and they untapped and you can.
Yeah.
I'm talking about
that was what 98, and they were trying. So Mirage is actually a really funny cycle. That was directly at that block was right after Urza's. Nothing was going to be super powerful in that set. Like they were freaking out because of how powerful and how much stuff had to get banned out of Urza block.
Right. But what I would do is I would have like what I would do to switch things up with these fetches is like you'll have an Arid Mesa land, a red white land that you tap sacrifice for a plains or a mountain, but the land but itself would tap for green if you wanted to. So there'd be tri-lands, fetch lines that search for two of the colors to fix. So they have utility.
All right, Watsy, we know you're listening.
That's right.
Let's get it done. Let's get it done. I'm on board with this.
Right? Because that'd be awesome having those tri-land type things. Like, because like you probably need the green for a second to ramp. Then when you don't need the land color so much, you can fetch it for the other color you need.
You can only grab a basic, right?
Yeah, just the basic.
Yeah, I love this idea. I love this. This should be printed immediately.
That's right.
Another thing I wouldn't mind seeing reprinted is the Triomes. All the Triomes.
The Triomes would be a good reprint because they're like $16 a piece right now. But that's why we need real fetch lands reprinted so we can fetch more of those Triomes too.
Yep.
I'm always an advocate to reprint the fetch lines. People are like, you're wasting the value. I'm like, the value's in the game, not in the price of the card.
I hate that so much. I agree with Tortoise 100%. I hate when people are like, oh, I don't want to see this card reprinted because it's going to make the value of mine go down.
I've seen values go up from reprints.
Well, yeah. Well, values that go up from reprints is because cards that reprint that are obscured to the optics of the common public put their eyes on the card and they realize it's a real card, and that gets a whole group of people who didn't know the card existed to look at it.
And if it's going to be good in standard, people are going to go buy the old versions too, because it doesn't matter if you're playing the one from Lorwyn or the one from Onslaught. It's a card. It's legal and standard. Go play it.
All right. TCGdude says, we watched Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 last night. Go Ninja, go Ninja, go Ninja, go. What's up?
When Vanilla Ice was still super duper cool. That was a thing, America. Vanilla Ice was cool. Like actually cool.
He was cool. The only thing that stopped him from doing a lot is he signed some bad contracts.
Yep.
Suge Knight, baby. Him and Suge Knight just boy, they just didn't like each other.
One thing we didn't do this week though is the movers and shakers.
Yeah, movers and shakers.
Yep.
To be honest with you, we'll probably do that tomorrow.
Cool.
We've had such with Rayman here, we've been having such fulfilling conversations that have been filled up and taken the whole time slot. It's been it's been exciting.
That's 20 years of radio experience. We have a rule in radio: no dead air.
Trust me, I understand that, and I try to keep it from going on. But sometimes when it's just like two of us talking, we'll stop talking for some reason, and we'll try to push on Lone Wolf, and Lone Wolf's like, I don't know what to do. No.
I'm only a wolf over here.
That's right. That's right.
But I mean, there's all kinds of cards that I think myself that they should reprint, because not necessarily because of the value, it's because people playing these decks, they need these high-dollar cards. Well, to make those high-dollar cards accessible, they get reprinted. The price goes down a little bit to where they can afford to actually get the cards to play. Because it is a game, and sometimes the game gets too expensive.
Well, here's the deal with value in cards, right? Here's the deal with value in cards, and this is why it's important. If certain cards are worth like $50-$60 and $40, $30, $10, whatnot, so on and so forth in a set, that gets people to buy boxes because it feels like they're getting their money back. Even though if I love a set, I think I'm getting my money's worth out of the set because I love the set. But most people are like, well, if I spend $40, I want to get $40 of value out of it. And when money value triggers on cards, they think about that in the first market of Magic cards. But then on the secondary market, people are flipping cards. A lot of people who flip cards just to flip cards, not to actually play the game. They only care about the value in the game, and they make a living off it to pay their bills or whatever.
Tortoise, I have a question for you.
What's up?
Because I know you were playing in this point. When I quit playing in like 2004, 2005, that wasn't really a thing. Now, shop owners, of course, for them it was. But for the everyday person who would go in and buy a box, God, I can't tell you how many boxes of Magic cards over the years I cracked. And I haven't opened one, except for one, in 20 years. But we never... when we opened a box of Onslaught, we were excited to get fetch lands because we all wanted fetch lands.
Right.
It mattered. It did not matter a nickel to us what they cost. We just wanted them.
Mm-hmm. We thought they were cool.
Exactly. They were so awesome. It was the Mirage lands, but better. And that's what we wanted.
Right.
But I've sat down and recently talked to a couple buddies of mine who opened boxes with me during Onslaught, during Mirrodin, and then we opened a couple boxes of Kamigawa when that set, the first Kamigawa set, the first set from that block.
Right.
We didn't, we weren't going through going, oh, this is $5, this is $6. It was, oh, this card's great, this card's great, this card's great, this card's bad. And we didn't, we weren't calculating that price at all. So I'm curious when that really started, because I see it now more than ever. Like, I have heard people make that exact argument that you just made, and I think you're probably right, but I'm wondering when the mind shift happened to where if you buy a box, even if you get a bunch of really cool cards, if you didn't get, your $140 or whatever a box costs at wherever you're buying it, if you didn't get that value, you feel let down. I'm curious when that happened, because it was not a thing back then.
Yeah, like the major shift happened during COVID.
Of course.
So here's what happened. Before COVID, people all together who were playing the game, which was a smaller group before COVID, were asking Wizards to make reprint sets, to reprint cards, to get more reprints out there, so they can drop the value price cards, because people actually want to play the games. Magic.
Is this when the Masters set started coming around?
Around that frame, yep.
Like Vintage Masters and all those?
Well, I believe the first reprint set happened before COVID, but they started honing down a lot on it past COVID, printing sets, master sets, reprinting cards. Okay. And what happened is the players were loving it. Then people and players were buying it, but collectors started coming in the game, and some people started becoming collectors too. But the radical shift came into the reseller market. So back in the day of COVID, it's been 5 years now or so.
It has been,
right? Reselling in general became popular. Like I fell into the craze. I started selling on eBay for a bit because I saw the profit numbers going there. And people started flipping money for cards and finding a secondary income. Because at that time on eBay, you could sell up to like $20,000 and not get taxed by the government. They changed that, but something like that. And I could be wrong on the numbers, but it was a pretty large number. But anyways, so people who wanted to invest in Magic started jumping in and flipping cards to make money. What happened then? We got websites like Whatnot. People started flipping cards on Whatnot. People are flipping cards on Twitch. People are flipping cards on YouTube. YouTube not as successful as those other formats. But people are flipping cards. Like even on YouTube, there's rip and ship. There's people on Facebook rip and shipping. Mm-hmm. People started making money off Magic cards because they were printing them. But what happened is people started paying money over money for these cards. And it's been like $20 on like say like a specialty pack of Magic cards. But with the reprints dropping prices, they'd get like $5 back. That's when they started complaining because they weren't getting their money's worth because people are buying these packs for $20. And then this is just a generic number. Right. Getting like $4 in value. And people started complaining about the reprints because what happened is there was a false economy growing, turned to a secondary market, or I'd call it a third market because the secondary market to me is like Card Kingdom TCG player.
Right.
But like this third market is people flipping the cards for profit on a different scale and started making profit. And when people realized they were spending money and especially the mindset changed when the stimmy checks stopped coming in.
Because I noticed a huge difference when I got back in late 2022 and started buying singles again. I was like, man, this. I mean, singles were always expensive, but I noticed that the mindset was different. It wasn't just expensive. It was, I've got to get a pack, and if I don't get a pack that's worth what I paid for it, then it's a bust. I'm going, what happened?
Mm-hmm. Coach's Magic says, I attribute the major mind shift to Rudy from Alpha Investments and similar channels around 2014. He influenced a lot of people's minds with sets with TCGs. That makes sense. Mm-hmm. And look, I won't take that away from the conversation. Like I won't say that's not true. But like I think the pandemic really pushed that mindset even harder.
Yeah.
Because I bought a box, the first box I'd laid cracked since Kamigawa. I bought a box of Assassin's Creed. I'm a big Assassin's Creed fan. I didn't care what the cards in that box were worth. Mm-hmm. I wanted cool Assassin's Creed cards. Mm-hmm. And I opened that box and I had an absolute blast getting to see the stuff. And you know what? I would have done the same thing with Final Fantasy, but I'm not paying twice MSRP for a box. I was like, no way. So I didn't know. I would have opened a box of Final Fantasy.
Mm-hmm. Well, see, that's one thing I've noticed about Spider-Man. Like, I still think Spider-Man has really good cards in it. If I got a box of Spider-Man, I'd probably have a blast opening that product, right? Yeah. But you got too many people out there saying it's such a bad product. The product's not bad. The playable set design is bad. The cards in it are still good. And I'd explain that to the wife, because I'm like, Spider-Man has good cards in it throughout the set. They just didn't make it playable. You can't really draft it. That's why they created a whole weird format of drafting for Spider-Man. Yeah, because they realized how unplayable it was.
Yeah, that's always brings me back to what I've always say about bad sets. a set may be bad. Yeah, Spider-Man was a bad set. However, it does have some good cards in it. All just like Aether Drift. Spider-Man is the universe's beyond. Aether Drift was in universe. Aether Drift was a bad set. However, I do have some Aether Drift cards because some of the cards in Aether Drift are pretty good. Aether Drift cards.
I have an Aether Drift Commander. I don't know if you guys saw it in the box of decks yesterday, but I have Ketramos, and I love that card. I think Ketramos is phenomenal.
Well, look, you're always going to get bad sets.
Oh, yeah.
And sometimes sets look even worse when they follow a broken set.
Yep.
I mean, one bad set that had good cards in it was Kamigawa. Like, not Neon Dynasty. I'm going far back to 2005-ish. Kamigawa. Right after Mirrodin. One of the most broken sets, one of the most funnest times in standards. Right?
Yeah.
Right? You have all these artifact synergies, and they come out with Kamigawa, which no one really built not commander decks. No one really built standard decks out of Kamigawa and did a lot.
No, they were all like Mirrodin and Onslaught decks that had a few Kamigawa cards in it, and that's why when those sets rotated out and you just had Mirrodin Kamigawa, there were no Kamigawa cards because those cards did not synergize with what Mirrodin wanted to do. Because while I wasn't playing, I was keeping up with.
Everybody's distaste of Spider-Man kind of made my yum for the set taste poopy. I'm sorry. Spider-Man, still a good set. Like, just Spider-Man is like a cool toy that you just display on your shelf. It's cool to display on your shelf. There's good cards in the set and everything.
There are,
but you just can't. You're just not really gonna play with it. Like, draft it.
You're not going to draft it, but Coach, let me implore you. I think you would have a really fun time just opening it. If you're a Spider-Man fan, and I'm not overly a Spider-Man fan, I'm a bigger Marvel fan, but you can get those boxes really cheap now because everybody's so down on it. I think if you just wanted to open the box to have a good time, if you're somebody who enjoys cracking packs, I think you would still have a good time opening Spider-Man.
Right. I agree with you on that 100%. I won't raise, man. I mean, you just enjoy cracking packs. Get you some Spider-Man. Spider-Man box.
If I had the money during Black Friday, I would have bought a box of Spider-Man set. They had those shit selling on Amazon for $78 for a booster box.
For a booster box, yeah.
That was a crazy price.
Now, if you do not want to invest in, say, a box of Spider-Man, at least buy some of the cards because there are some good cards in the set still.
100%.
Yeah. One of the I pulled one of my favorite cards off DJ stream. I don't remember pulling it, but Shadow the Goblin's a good card. Especially in discard themes. Think about putting in my cube if I don't destroy my cube.
I mean, Green Goblin, the Norman Osborn Green Goblin flip card is a top card in CEDH right now. Like, there are very good, very powerful cards in this set. It's just people, I think in hobbies specifically, because I see this in other hobbies that I'm in as well, a narrative will build and then people just run with it. Just run and run and run. And they don't look at the nuances of it, because there's so much good stuff in that set. There really is. But like Jordan said, it's not a draft set. Do not buy Spider-Man to draft because it's not a super great draft experience.
Right. Coach says, imagine how people that paid $175 for a box felt when they saw a $78 price tag. Well, it's because people pooped on the set so much, they sold it for so less.
Yeah. That's a self-fulfilling prophecy right there.
Right?
The people who paid $175 and feel ripped off are the reason that set dropped to $78.
Coach, we love you. I love you so much. Coach is awesome. Like a long time ago, he bought me a bundle pack, sent it to me, and I pulled a Mox Amber out of it. So
That's
Right.
love for life right there.
Right.
But one reason why I always thought Aether Drift was so bad because it is a vehicle set. I'm not a big fan of vehicles. However, I did get a River Turn Monument. It is an Aether Drift card. Love this card. It's a great card.
Oh, yeah. And look, not every set's for everybody, right?
Right.
I did not like Aether Drift whatsoever.
Right.
But there are people who had fun with it.
Yep.
I'm not going to yuck their yum because they're enjoying the set.
Right.
Like if you want to enjoy Aether Drift, maybe you want to enjoy Spider-Man. Go ahead, have fun with it. That's what the professor says on his videos. But I agree with it. If you love it, love it. Like
exactly.
Like I loved Power Rangers when I was a kid. You know how much I got made fun of for liking Power Rangers as a kid. Now as an adult, there's a whole fan base around it.
Mm-hmm.
Man, the people where you were at when you were a kid were lame. Power Rangers were awesome. All the kids were out. We loved them.
Curtis, what's up? It says, I keep buying booster boxes. I forget about the tournament and stuff. Oh. That's right. Own your enjoyment for sure.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
I mean, you're right. I mean, you're right, Tortoise. Every set is not for everybody. And Mark Rosewater himself has said that. I remember him saying that.
I think
not every set.
I don't know if it was
for
Mark.
you.
I know it was the guy from the show. I can't think of his name right now.
No, I think it might have been Gavin. It might have been Gavin Verhey. But he's right. Someone at Wizards did say that sets aren't going to be for everybody.
The guy who does the weekly magic show said it on one of his things, so I remember that for sure.
I heard it was Mark Rosewater.
I just hate when they make a set that should be for me and then I don't love it because Duskworn should have been my jam.
Mm-hmm.
And there were, again, super good cards in that set, but a horror set, I'm a horror. I love horror movies. They're my favorite thing in the world outside of Magic.
I enjoyed this set.
And there's a lot of cards in it that I love, but as a whole, I didn't love it.
Right.
I did. I enjoyed it.
There are people, tons of people. Our LGS, we get Duskmorn packs in. They're the first thing to go. We can have Final Fantasy, Avatar. We put Duskmorn on the shelf. Boom, it's gone.
I totally get you. We got a Transformer set, Magic. I'm not the greatest fan of the set that we got. Like, it wasn't really a set. It was like a Sub-Zero set in packs. You can pull them. Got a handful of the Transformers. My gripe is none of them really work together. That pisses me off.
Yeah, they don't work great together. Splicer is incredibly good. That card is so much fun to play in Commander.
I mean, they're fun card pieces. I've seen people run them in decks as individual Transformers and decks for their synergies and strategies. But my problem is you can't put them all in a deck and have a cohesive deck.
No, they're all over the place.
Yeah. And Coach says, take the pressure off yourselves. Don't try to be the best. Try to be the best you can be.
I think they screwed up when they made the Transformer cards because I think the Transformers should have been because that was, it was not enough Transformers. But they could have made more Transformers because there's all kinds of Transformers out there, but they chose only a certain amount. And I think what they should have done with the Transformers is they should have chose more Transformers. And I believe if they chose more Transformers, the Transformer set would have been better than what it was. And then that set would have been able to work with other sets.
Justice for Rat Pack. Justice for Rat Pack.
That's right.
I mean, I agree with you, but it should have been a set instead of just a few cards long. I agree with that. But I also think Jurassic Park should have been a set too.
But Jurassic Park was was actually good. Like,
I'm not saying it's bad, but I think it should have been a set though.
The only thing I disagree about the whole Jurassic Park thing was the Ian Malcolm Secret Lair. That thing was so terrible. So bad.
Yeah.
Ian Malcolm, man. I don't understand the whole thing with Ian Malcolm. If people read the story and understood the books, Ian Malcolm didn't love dinosaurs, and people love pushing the fact that Ian Malcolm loved dinosaurs. By God, he got chomped up by a T-Rex in the first book. Spoiler alert for those who haven't read the book, but he
Yeah.
did not.
If you haven't read the book after 25 years, I think you're probably 35 years now. I think you're in fair game territory.
Right.
This is like King Kong. If you do not know that King Kong dies at the end of the movie, that's on you, bro.
That's right.
That's on you.
Well,
It came out in the 40s.
I think people should read the It book from Stephen King instead of watching the movies.
Right.
There's a big scene that they had to take out of the movies
Mhm.
for good reason, but still.
I know what you're talking about, but yes.
Yeah.
But see, in the second book, they brought Ian Malcolm back because they didn't have a reason to bring Alan Grant back, which is sad because Alan Grant, biasly, was my favorite character from the first movie.
Yeah.
All that fun jazz, but that's crazy. King Kong dies. Damn, spoiled again. But anyways, my friends, it is time of the day where we get to that part of the show where we go boop.
Hit that subscribe button. Become a part of the creep.
Too much to take. Show is lit. MTG3, are you game? Rise, creep, rise, building a following as we gain. Spitting fire like a dragon, no one can bring us down. MTG3 in the house, we own this town. Ripping through the beats with a fury.
Oh, snaps, everybody. It's the time of the day where we start chilling and closing out the show.
Oh.
Yeah, it's the time of the day where we got again. We're late.
Yeah, we are late.
We started getting heavy into the magic conversation, which was fun. But like, time flies when you get involved. And if I could press anybody out there today, is get involved with some conversation today. Have fun with it. Enjoy someone. But anyways, by enjoying someone, I mean enjoy their presence and conversate with them. No inclination otherwise. Just in case I have to cover my back. But anyways. All right, let's get to the thrill section. We're going to start it off with the Lone Wolf.
Hey everybody, thanks for having me on. Pretty awesome stream today.
Yeah.
Well, let's get Hillbilly and Tortoise up to 1,500 subscribers. We're somewhat getting closer.
Yeah, we're getting closer for sure. All right, with that, we're going to move into mugenfool.
Hey, everybody. I don't have nothing planned in the future, but I'll post it every Wednesday.
Mm-hmm. Nice. And with that, we're going to roll on to the one Rayman.
Hey guys, thanks again for having me. Had a blast, great conversation.
Yeah.
I don't have anything going on just yet, but there is some things in the work. Hopefully tomorrow we'll have camera footage and we'll have a semi-studio. We got some stuff in the works, but thanks everybody for tuning in and thank you guys for having me. And I look forward to playing some Magic tonight.
All right, sounds good.
Sounds good.
Sounds awesome. Now let's roll on to Hillbilly.
Hey, everybody. Today at 2 o'clock this afternoon, I'll be playing some Magic Together in the Arena. So I'll be playing some Arena today at 2 o'clock, and all I got planned for today.
All right, sounds good. Well, everybody, Super Fast Tortoise here, and we got a Commander game tonight, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Be there or be square. Looks like we got a full house of interesting people with interesting topics to talk about during a game. We'll see how it goes. Will I get my butt whooped? I don't know. Well, I'll drop the mic or run out the window. But anyways.
Run out the window.
Going crazy. But anyways, I want to thank you all for being here, everybody. Thank you, Rayman, Hillbilly, Mugenfool, Lone Wolf, for being here. Everybody in chat, you rock, you roll. Thank you for being here and chatting with us, coaches, TCGdudes, Bad Manners. Everybody showed up. Curtis, you are all amazing. Thank you for keeping the show going and alive. But I want to thank you, my channel members, for supporting the channel the way you do, and channel subscribers for growing the channel the way you do. Hit that subscribe button if you're hanging around. If you want more conversations like this, hit that subscribe button, toggle that bell, share this video, hype the video up if you got the ability to hype the video up. I'd appreciate it. But I want to remind you that you all are awesome and amazing, and you are loved. Someone's thinking about you, and if you can, say and or do something positive for someone else today And with that, my friends, we're going to get to the end credit stuff.
I want to thank you, channel members of the channel, for supporting this creep the way you do. You are awesome. And you subscribers, everybody that subscribes, you're doing amazing too. Thank you very much for all that you do.
Start the morning with coffee in your cup. Time to hang out with friends and chat it up. Bring a smile and good luck. Hit that like button and let's chat it up. Good times start with us, you and me. Good morning, welcome to the morning coffee show. Let's talk from in the shell and share good vibes and good times. Friends and friends that bend the senses. Let's get a bit senseless. Welcome to the morning coffee show, where we bring good vibes and good times. Welcome to the morning